Alright guys, so the Bronze Age represents one of the most dramatic and complex eras in human history. Between 1290 and 1150 BCE, the Aegean and the Near Eastern worlds witnessed a period of flourishing empires, intense diplomacy, and ultimately devastating collapse. Now of course we do have Pharaoh and Pharaoh dynasties that does cover this event in a more modern title, but if you look back, there have been loads of Bronze Age mods for previous Total War titles that were just as good, if not even better. Bronze Age Total War is a conversion mod for Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion, now updated and enhanced for Total War Rome Remastered. It plunges you into this dynamic world, offering the chance to lead one of the great palace societies of the late Bronze Age, or command the tribal powers that would bring down this old world to ruin. With its unique focus, historical fidelity, compelling campaign structure, Bronze Age Total War stands out as one of the most ambitious ancient world mods ever created across the franchise. Now before we go any further, if you do not own Rome Remastered, you can pick it up right now with a massive discount on Instant Gaming, a reputable game key reseller that I've been using for a little while now. They have a great roster of other games on sale as well, like Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, which I personally love, Crusader Kings 3 Chapter 4, and of course the entire Total War catalog. So if you're thinking about buying Rome Remastered or any new game, make sure to click the link below to get your games for cheap, as you should, and support the channel at the same time. Now let's get back to Bronze Age Total War. Set across Asia Minor, the Aegean, Mesopotamia, the Levant, North Africa, the campaign map for Bronze Age Total War covers an expansive and historically rich theater. From the Libyan desert and the mountains of Epirus in the west to the Iranian plateau and Central Asian steppes in the east, the map has been reshaped to reflect the geopolitical and cultural landscape of the time. The mod's developers have also implemented a mixture of historical accuracy and Total War gameplay design to create an environment that feels truly alive, dynamic, and dangerous. There are two campaigns available at the moment, with the main campaign offering a balanced experience, kind of vanilla Rome Remastered in terms of manageable militia costs, standard number of settlements, while a work-in-progress larger campaign is in development, is available to play, featuring a vastly expanded number of settlements and possibly an entirely new map in the future as well. Both campaigns are accessible via the Rome Remastered launcher, the workshop. They do require Barbarian Invasion, but thankfully that is included in Rome Remastered when you purchase it. And for the best visual experience, just FYI, I do recommend you use the realistic units color setting. In the campaign, you can choose from a wide roster of Bronze Age civilizations and tribal factions. These include powerful empires such as Egypt, Assyria, Mitanni, Babylonia, and the Hittites, as well as culturally significant regional powers like Ugarit, Elam, Mycenae, Arzawa, Walusa, which is Troy by the way, and Thebes. Other tribal factions, so more kind of localized regions, include the Mushki, Casca, Dorians. The Sea Peoples offer a dramatically different style of play, all of them emphasizing raiding, aggression, and disruption over central control. Over on the strategic layer, this includes more than just expansion and conquest, of course. We've got mechanics here that are layered and interesting. Scripted events such as epidemics, earthquakes, droughts introduce chaos into your unfolding campaign, forcing you to adapt your strategies. Equally transformative, of course, is the emergence of a variety of factions over time, and specifically the Sea Peoples and the Mysian tribes. These groups are designed to simulate the historically devastating invasions that led to the collapse of the Bronze Age palace societies. When they appear, they do so with force and unpredictability, so often changing the balance of power across the entire map. We've also got historically accurate family trees, including over 100 known figures, each carefully researched and in some cases given personalized portraits and traits. Legendary rulers like Ramses II, Muwatalli, Agamemnon, and Shupalululiuma are available at the campaign's outset, while others such as Ramses III, Nebuchadnezzar I, and Tiglath-Pileser enter the game through scripted events. All of these characters not only add depth and amazing historical immersion, but also serve practical functions, guiding player decisions with unique traits and characteristics and shaping dynastic gameplay. Factions across the campaign map also have access to region-specific units, which I personally love, and heraldry and symbols have been designed using archaeological records and artifact studies as well, with the support of actual professional historians. The overall map, faction design, the scripted events, everything here combines to create a campaign that reflects both the grandeur and the fragility of this amazing historical period. Over on the battle side of things, in Bronze Age Total War, these are designed to reflect, of course, the warfare of the late Bronze Age with as much accuracy as the engine allows. The unit rosters, of course, focus primarily on infantry, as this was the backbone of all armies in the region at the time. Heavy spearmen, axemen, javelineers, slingers form the bulk of most armies, and that means elite units are fewer in number, making them more valuable and tactically significant. What sets this mod apart, though, in battles is the prominent and carefully calibrated role of chariots. In the Bronze Age, the chariot was the weapon of kings, the shock troop, the scouting vehicle, and battlefield command post all rolled into one, and this mod increases their importance dramatically compared to vanilla Rome and even Pharaoh dynasties, giving them enhanced mobility, stronger charges, greater tactical value. When deployed properly, chariots can break front lines, flank light troops, and serve as rapid response forces on wide open battlefields. And of course, their visual design is striking as well, with ornate liveries and accurate detailing drawn from historical sources. And this is very true for the rest of the unit roster as well. Designs here have been tailored to represent the wide cultural and military diversity of the era. Egyptian spearmen look distinct from Hittite guard units, while the Sea Peoples field fierce, agile warriors designed for hit-and-run raids and aggressive skirmishing. The influence of professional historical consultants can be seen in both the unit aesthetic and their battlefield roles. Armor, weapons, helmets, shields all reflect period styles derived from actual excavated artifacts, reliefs, and Bronze Age weapon caches. And of course, lastly, we've got battle maps, which range from desert plains to coastal ridges, mountainous interiors, offering diverse terrain and requiring different tactics in each of your battles and each of your engagements. The AI, while still operating within the constraints of the engine, benefit from the mod's unit compositions and battlefield balance. So battles often feel longer and more attritional, especially compared to, traditional Total War battles, with lines of infantry grinding against each other before decisive breakthroughs are achieved, usually with the help of flanking units or well-timed chariot charges. Overall, the Bronze Age is a relatively underrepresented era in historical strategy games, and over the years, several Total War titles and mods have attempted to explore its unique warfare, diplomacy, and collapse. While Bronze Age Total War for Rome and Remastered is a legacy project with a long development timeline, it offers a strikingly rich and immersive portrayal of the late Bronze Age collapse, something its peers approach differently with varying degrees of completeness. Age of Bronze for Rome 2 is perhaps the closest parallel within the modern community. Built on the newer engine of Rome 2, it boasts advanced graphical fidelity and a more modern campaign system. However, it remains a work in progress. As of now, only 2 factions are playable, and the campaign map and systems are still in early stages. While promising, Age of Bronze is currently more of a technical showcase and proof of concept rather than a fully fledged campaign experience. Its combat feels closer to the cinematic, looser formations of Rome 2 and lacks the chariot-heavy, grounded battle realism that Bronze Age Total War on Rome Remastered emphasizes. When it comes to scope, historical authenticity, and the variety of playable factions, Bronze Age Total War is significantly ahead at the moment. On the other hand, you've got, like I said, Total War Pharaoh and Dynasties, Creative Assembly's official foray into the late Bronze Age, offering a fully polished and complete game with deep mechanics, political systems, dynamic weather and terrain, diplomacy, scripted collapse event, all of that jazz. It's visually impressive with a streamlined interface and refined battles, but for all its polish, Pharaoh is narrower in its faction diversity and often sacrifices historical depth for mechanical balance and accessibility. While it captures the feel of the era through theme and tone, it doesn't quite match the grassroots attention to, detail, faction heraldry, unique unit rosters that Bronze Age Total War delivers. The pharaohs and kings of Pharaoh feel broad and cinematic. Those in Bronze Age Total War feel drawn from historical books and museum walls. So essentially, Bronze Age Total War is a remarkable achievement in both concept and execution as a Total War mod. It opens a window into one of history's least explored eras in strategy gaming and brings it to life through meticulous design, careful research, and an ambitious reimagining of the Total War formula. Whether commanding the mighty Hittite Empire or leading the aggressive charge of the Sea Peoples, players are offered a unique opportunity to either preserve the world of palace states and chariot diplomacy, or burn it all down and reshape it in the image of the new. Especially on the larger campaign and visual enhancements for Rome Remastered, the mod continues to evolve and get developed. As it stands today, it's one of the most historically faithful and mechanically inventive mods available for the classic Rome engine. For those drawn to the epic scope of ancient conflict, Bronze Age Total War offers a deep, challenging, and refreshing Total War experience unlike any other. Either way, I do recommend you try it out. I've dropped a link below to the Steam Workshop page in the video description. Go and immerse yourself in the Bronze Age. Check this campaign out, especially if you are a fan of the era or of Pharaoh dynasties. It really is worth giving it a try. I also hope you enjoyed the video and found it informative. If you did, give it a like, drop any thoughts or questions in the comment section below, and let me know what you think about Bronze Age Total War for Rome Remastered. Subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this, mod spotlights, mod series videos, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.